YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jackira, and I am back, and I am in horrible lighting, and there's not much I can do about it right now. But I wanted to come in and have a word with y'all. Obviously, this was not really planned in advance. I have a tendency. I am the proud owner of a tendency that when things in my life get stressful or strenuous, I tend to seclude myself, and I become a bit of a recluse, to be honest. And coupled with that is my lack of desire to communicate with y'all, and it's a habit that I really have to work on, and this video is kind of a result of me working on it. You know, I strive to show y'all the best of me. I mean, it's real, you know what I mean? I might not be all like primped and dolled and camera ready when I come on, but I try to kind of put my best foot forward when I approach you guys. And this is not one of those times, because I'm hurting, and I'm hurting badly. But I said to myself that I might be, someone might be robbed of the opportunity to learn something from where I am personally in my life. Because let's face it, what have you learned when times were going well? You know, I mean, if everything is going amazing in your life, you don't really stop and say, what is the lesson in all of this? So I'm in a space right now where I have experienced a betrayal by the dead last person in my life whom I thought would betray me. And this betrayal was not intentional on their part, and it was circumstantial, but it's a betrayal nonetheless. And so I've been doing a lot of internal work around my own feelings, my own healing, my own plan moving forward. And that has led me to thinking about forgiveness and what that looks like and what that can look like. And I was talking to a dear sister of mine today. Shouts to Tasha. Shouts, huge, big, enormous shouts to Tasha of Tasha's Healing Touch, whom is also on YouTube. And when I can get to a computer, I will absolutely link her channel below. She is an amazing, amazing spiritualist, metaphysicist, jewelry maker. I mean, there's very little that this woman cannot do. And we were just talking, and it led me to a space of, you know, again, thinking about forgiveness, thinking about what that looks like, and thinking about sort of the way that this concept of forgiveness gets used and abused in our society. A lot of people treat forgiveness as though it should be this knee-jerk reaction to trauma. You have to forgive, you have to let go, you have to forgive. And we don't really create space for the process by which you arrive at that stance. We don't create space. You know, people just don't tell you. And I think it's because pain and trauma and repercussions from trauma are so kind of taboo in our society, and we just sort of like seek to cross the finish line without necessarily running the race, that we're so quick to tell somebody, you know, you've got to get over it, you've got to heal, you've got to go on. And all of these things may in fact be true, but like the first thing you have to do is feel and come into alignment with the totality of what has happened to you. You have to sit with that for however long it takes. You have to fully absorb that this is real, and this has happened, and this is happening, and it sucks. You know, I mean, there is a journey to forgiveness that we oftentimes want to skip over, even sometimes not as a result of external forces. We want to do it internally, like for ourselves. And we don't really honor the process, you know? I'm in a space now, having, you know, sat with the thing that happened and sort of felt it, and really fully immersed myself in it, allowed myself to experience the pain of it, that now I'm ready to kind of talk about where do we go from here? What does this look like moving forward? Is this trauma that I've experienced, is this betrayal that I've experienced so great that the greatest, the best thing I can do for myself is to sort of release myself from the catalyst of said trauma? Or do we find a way to go through? Do we create a new normal? Do we kind of like stuff this in the backpack and go on about our journey? But this didn't happen immediately, and it didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen in 2 days. It's beginning now. And Jessie J is an amazing artist whom I really do adore. And I have to say, when she said, "It's okay not to be okay," I had to sit with that for a while and realize that it's true. That there's value in acknowledging that everything is not fine. Everything is not good. Everything is not okay. I am not okay. I am not fine. It doesn't mean that I'll never be there again. The pendulum always swings both ways, and we as humans are entitled to and deserving of, and it is our birthright to run the full gamut, the full spectrum of human emotion. I mean, that's the reality. But right now, right here, in this moment, no, it's not great. It's not great. And you're allowed to have moments of greatness. You're allowed to have moments of levity or laughter or to experience joy or compassion or even love towards a person who may have hurt you. This stuff isn't a light switch. You can't just turn it off and on. And all of these things are valid, and all of these things are legit, and all of these things are real. But there can be sort of a general baseline of this sucks. A baseline of suckdom, if you will. And whatever healing might look like to you, whether it's a bubble bath or candles lit or a trip to the synagogue or the mosque or simply journaling or coloring or throwing on some makeup and hitting the street, or whatever self-care looks like to you, you absolutely have to indulge in that. Because before the situation can heal, before the union can heal, before the relationship or the friendship or the familial bonds can heal, you have to heal. And please remember this, because this is so vital. The most consistent person in your life, your whole life, has been you. You are the most consistent person in your life. You have been with you all this time. You have never, ever left your side. So the first one who must be taken care of is you. Flat out, bottom line. And I've been doing that. I've been indulging in that. I vacillate between moments of wanting to have the kind of compassion that can heal a bond, and just saying fuck it. I do this and I go through this and I feel this way. And you're allowed to feel that way. But I want all of you to bear the things I've said in mind. And with that being said, I will talk to y'all very soon. Wherever you go, please take my love with you. One love.